What is frame within a frame in photography? Well, that's what I'm going to try to demonstrate in this video and give you some examples or my opinion of what frame within a frame is in photography. As photographers, we use the compositional technique known as frame within a frame without even realizing it, because we know that putting something in a frame provides that depth, that layering in our image that enables us to focus our eye or focus our viewer's eye on the subject. And we do that without even thinking. Probably all of us have taken lots and lots of images that are considered frame within a frame. Having that extra layer of depth in your image provides that sort of extra dimension. It helps to focus your viewer onto the subject that you've placed inside that frame. It's really important that when you take an image with a frame within a frame, the subject in the frame needs to be the sharp part of your image, and the rest of your image can be whatever it is. But the thing that you want the person to focus on in your image, the thing inside the frame, in the frame, is the thing you really want to be in focus. That's a crucial thing about this composition technique. I think there's two types of frame in photography. I'm not sure if there's terms for these or if I'm just making these up myself. But I personally think there's a primary frame within a frame and there's a secondary frame within a frame. So my eyes and my view, the primary frame is the one that you look through. You're looking through a gap in a wall, or if you're looking through something circular, and it fills the frame of your image and it fills the outside of your frame. And your viewer is looking through your image, through that frame, just as they would be if you was the photographer. They're getting your perspective of that image. And I think that's the primary type of frame. And that's possibly the easiest one to add or to create in your images. And then there's a secondary frame, which is a frame that's in your image, but it isn't the main subject. It's an additional part of your image where you've got a frame in your image and there's a person standing in that frame, or there's something happening in that frame that sort of adds extra interest in your image, but you're not looking through that frame. It's just a frame in your image. Ideally, what could be a nice thing is if you have a primary frame looking into a secondary frame. That would be a nice sweet spot, wouldn't it? A frame in a frame in a frame. I think it's a lot easier to take a picture of a frame within a frame which includes a man-made structure, because man-made structures tend to be symmetrical. They tend to be round or square. They've got a proper full shape to it, a full shape that you can use for your frame. And we're thinking of things like windows, doors, bridges, tunnels, all sorts of different architecture in a city. There's hundreds of thousands of different things that you can either use as your primary or secondary frame within a frame, whereas nature tends to provide a much more tricky challenge for frames. You can use sort of trees and branches, but you can also use flowers and rocks, and if you're lucky enough to have a cave opening, that sort of thing, that will provide a nice frame in a wild, in a nature setting, where like I said with man-made things, it's probably a much easier to find something that you can use as a frame or put that frame in your image. I think it would be a lot easier for me to frame up these swans underneath this sort of railing here, this fence, than it would be if I went and tried to find a piece of foliage or a twig or something that is going to help me frame these swans. It just happens to be that man-made objects are just much, much more abundant and simpler to use because of the symmetry they present. Of course, your frame within your frame doesn't have to be perfectly symmetrical, or it doesn't even need to fully enclose your image, because as long as it's suggesting that there's a frame, as long as some of your image is framed that's pointing the focus of your subject, then that's all that counts. It doesn't have to be a perfect square, a perfect circle, and it could be anything. As I just showed you, it could be just a branch that's overhanging, that's framing up a swan in the distance. So I've come down to the University of Lincoln campus to try to find some images that I can demonstrate using frame within a frame composition technique, I think that using a frame as a primary frame in my image is probably going to be easier, despite the fact there's lots of doors and windows, there's lots of big panes of glass that I can use. I might try to do that to try to get a subject within a frame, but I think looking through something, trying to get the image through a sort of a frame is probably a simpler target for me to try to find. I don't have any idea or no preconception of what I might take pictures of, but I will find something and I'll take you through that process. Behind me is an image I've taken before, but from the other side, and obviously this tunnel that goes under the road offers a really nice frame within a frame. And because the light's on the other side, what would be really lovely if I could catch somebody walking through and get a picture of them in the light, in the frame. I think that might make a nice shot, but I'll have a look. I'll set the camera up and we can see it together. So I've got the Olympus EM1 Mark II set up, and I've got the 25mm lens on, which is my favourite new toy at the moment, so I'm using it all the time. And as you can see, I've got the frame of this sort of tunnel, this underpass, all nice in the centre of the image, and I'm just waiting for someone to come through. I could get closer and make it much more of a tighter frame, but I'm going to try this first. If it doesn't work, I'll move forward a little bit. But in my view, because this is filling the outside of the image, then that is the primary frame for me. Although you could argue this window frames inside this primary frame as well. So in one sense, I'm getting frames in frames. But personally, I think if a frame's in an image and it's not doing anything, then it's not really a frame in a frame. It's just another element to the image. So now I'm going to sit here. I'm going to wait until a student or somebody walks past so I can take their picture. I hope they come out soon because I haven't seen anyone for a couple of minutes. So, by the way, my settings are 1/60 of a second. I've gone for f4, and I've just got to be aware that I've got a big contrast in this image because I've got the light in the middle and the dark around the framing. So I've got to get this right. As I mentioned earlier, it's really important to have a subject in your frame. There's no point having a frame for no particular reason. You want to be able to focus in on something, focus in your viewer's eye onto something. And I found this sort of tunnel of sort of this overhang of this building, and I'd see all these kids at the other end, and I'm going to try to get them in the picture, maybe a silhouette or something, and I'll try and get the frame of this building and get them as a silhouette in the background. I'm not sure how well it's going to work. I'm not sure how close I can get to them, but I'll do my best. That's typical now. The students have gone in and all I'm left with is a boring frame, and I'm waiting for at least some other students to arrive. So I'll just hang around for another couple of minutes until a student walks into my picture, and then I'll go through the motions with you. But currently I'm set at 1/80th of a second, f4. So let's see how I can do with that. Don't know how long I've got for wait for a student to arrive. So what I'll do is I'll go and put myself in the image there, and I'll use the 12-second timer. So here we go, I'll go right there and take my picture of myself. I'm almost there. I think this will do about here. Before I came out tonight, I wanted to get an idea of the sort of things that you could use to take a picture of a frame in a frame. And I asked ChatGPT to give me a list of things. And of course, it gave me lots and lots and lots of really good ideas of what you could use, how you could use frame within a frame. And what I will do, I will list all those ideas in the description down below. And if you're interested, you can have a look. And if you are participating in a photography competition or a challenge where you are required to do a frame within a frame, it might give you a few pointers and give you a few ideas of what you could do too. This is an image I've taken before, so I've got the camera, the lens pointing right in between these two sheets of glass, and I'm using each edge of this glass as a frame. As I mentioned before, you don't have to use a whole frame to bore a frame within a frame, you just have to hint at a frame. So I'm going to take this shot. I'm not sure how well this glass actually stacks up, but I'll take this shot now. Sadly, I've run out of time. Unfortunately, I've got to go home, in particular because my favourite football team is playing in the Soccer Cup final. I won't tell you who they are because I don't want to upset any of you viewers, but if I tell you if I come from just outside of London, you might have a good idea who that team might be. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it's provided you with an insight, an idea of what framing a frame is, and you can take this forward, take my view of framing a frame and take your own picture. If you have enjoyed the video, I'd really appreciate a like, that'd be fantastic. And if you're enjoying this photography content, I'm trying to do techniques, skills, all sorts of different things. And if you're enjoying watching my stuff, then why not subscribe to the channel? I'd really appreciate it if you did. Thank you very much again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheerio.